And I lost by 0.5 of a second. I'm pretty sure if I actually had analog sticks right here at this moment, I would actually be able to win a race, because I'm pretty sure I am scrubbing off more than 0.4 of a second in a race. Just going down straightaway trying to go, I can't go straight, guys. This is so difficult. Ah, good old D-pad. Making it as difficult as can be to drive in a straight line. But let's see where else we can take our little Daihatsu. We could go to the Clubman Cup. Most of these races do offer prize cars, which you make a big ton of money off. And I think we're driving a lightweight K-Cup car here. Sounds about right. Rome Short. Gran Turismo has an infatuation with short things. Just going to go ahead and grab a drink from my oversized bottle here. I think we got a good chance here. This field looks weak. I mean, there's a car named after a beverage. Okay, I mean, it's a cappuccino, for crying out loud. Really like losing to the Ford Pepsi or something, you know? Just wouldn't make sense. Apparently, no one told him that though. Don't worry, we got the TRXX badge on our side, as well as the fact that there's a car on the outside to just use as our turning point. See, there's even a Daihatsu sign on the track. You just know that Daihatsu is the best brand in the history of Gran Turismo. I mean, I wonder how many Daihatsus there are in the United States. I really do. Oh, that guy pushed me. Avoidable contact. Park him for a minute. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this car punches a fairly big hole in the air. This guy doesn't know what's about to happen here in this corner. He does not know at all. Yeah, Rubbin's racing. Especially when you put him in the wall. That's really racing. Okay, we got 2 corners left here. We got a cappuccino behind us. Something that I don't know what it is, because it's a piece of crap, because it's probably not a Daihatsu. And if it is, it's probably not a TRXX, because if it's a TRXX, we know it'd be in the lead, or up here fighting with me for the lead. And yeah, I'm not shifting. No! I don't want to shift because the shifts are so ungodly long here. Oh yeah, TRXX power. Turbo Racer Extreme wins again! See? That guy got the wrong Daihatsu, man. I mean, look at that thing. You know why it's called Move? Because move, you're in my way. Yes, that's a very lame joke, I know. Hey, this is not funny. You know my money. You know my money, give me my car. Time to go sell a car that I just want, because it's probably not a Daihatsu. And if it's not a Daihatsu, frankly, I don't care. It's all about the Daihatsu. It's a Muggin Beat. Oh man, so many people are going to complain about the way I'm totally pronouncing these cars, and I am totally cool with that. Because after all, it's a Muggin Beat. Okay? It mugs people and then it beats them. Okay? I'd just like to point that out. And we are going to take our money and run with it. And now we are going to go buy an actual car that is not a Daihatsu. Oh, and just because people will probably not understand the Midget jokes, let's go back to Daihatsu and let's take a look at the Midget. Okay? Okay? It's worth making jokes about because it's, it's pitiful. Premium car announced for Gran Turismo 6. Oh, there's no way I could keep a straight face after saying that. So let's go ahead on to Subaru. Let's see what we got. I want something fun. I want something fast. I want something with more than 60 horsepower. We can do better than that. Well, maybe... No. We don't want just a regular WRX, especially a 4-door. That's lame. Maybe saw our Daihatsu get an SVX. I think I've seen like 2 of those, like, ever. We can't afford a new car at this point. I'm not even sure if I really want to buy a car at this point, but maybe I kind of do. Maybe I kind of do. What do we got here? We got anything? Oh man, they're selling a Beat for 11 grand, and I sold mine for 2, and it was a mugging version, man. It wasn't just beating people; it was mugging them. God, I got ripped off on that deal. Let's see what we got over at the Toyota. You can never go wrong with a Yoda. Celica, Supra, twin turbo. Twin turbo. Okay, we got 2 more places to check. What is it gonna be? What is gonna be the new car that we will buy? Let's see here. Skylines are always good in Gran Turismo because we all know that Kaz is totally a fanboy, so he totally makes them the best cars ever. Well, doesn't look like we quite got enough money for a Skyline. What's... It's the GTS 25T Type M. Man, as bad as I am with the TR-XX, I would literally never shut up. Yeah, that's a joke of a car right there. The Type X, that's the fast one. And this isn't just a black car, it's a super black car. Okay, nothing going on here, and I can't remember if I checked Mazda out yet. Got a Miata. You never go wrong with a Miata. Ooh, RX7 Cabriolet. You can totally ride in style. Totally. Yep, it's decided because it's an RX-7. Okay, enough said. Enough said. Let's go ahead and take some weight out of the car because that's the first thing you always do because it only costs $1,200. Yeah, it takes $1,200 to lighten the vehicle by removing unnecessary parts and replacing others with parts made of lightweight material. Yeah, aka remove the spare tire. Yeah. $1,200 spare tire removal. Yeah, we ain't got enough money yet. $3 horsepower for $1,500. Man. 3. Okay. 3 for $1,500. There's no replacement for displacement, and as you will probably see, there is no replacement for this useless upgrade that exists for like 2 cars in the entire frickin' game. Oh, and one other thing for you guys out there who don't know this, racing modification. Yeah, look at that. That is cool. That is cool, is it not? Yeah, they got rid of that, and then they finally brought it back for Gran Turismo 5, and it's on like 2 cars, and it's like, you still suck at life, okay? We like the racing modification. Give us the racing modification back. And they really didn't. And that's why they suck. True story, bro. True story, bro. Okay. Now it is time to go back to the high-speed ring and show them who's boss. Because we're not driving a frickin' Daihatsu now. You guys really didn't think I was a Daihatsu fan, did you? I live in the United States. We don't have Daihatsus. Thank God. I can only imagine if one of those guys was driving, you know, 60 miles an hour down the road because his car couldn't do 75. And he's just sitting there right in front of me. I'd be like... I would just kick into ludicrous mode, man. I'd just be like, move! Get out the way! Move! That's edited for broadcast, by the way. Oh yeah, we're not even out of turn 1 and we're already going faster than the Daihatsu will ever go in its life, even if you did strap a Jado rocket to the back. Which, might I add, if I had a Daihatsu, is probably what I would attempt to do. That would be awesomely awesome. I'm sure somebody has already done that though, so it really doesn't make any sense. And I always laugh at the Weaver signs because that's what you do in this game. At least when you're playing with the D-pad, because have I mentioned driving in a straight line is exceptionally difficult? Just imagine if someone pulled you over and they're like, here's Gran Turismo 2, drive in a straight line with the D-pad. We need to see if you're sober. New sobriety test in effect now. Every single time you are going to jail. Every single time. And Gran Turismo 2's soundtrack is still absolutely awesome. So absolutely awesome. And is it wrong that I can sing this song, which you may or may not be able to hear? I mean, I think I'm paranoid. And complicated. Okay? This is so good, man. The nostalgia. It flows. It flows strongly. And it's not just nostalgia, because it's still a freaking awesome game. It's got Daihatsus and Midgets and 37,000 skylines before it was cool to hate on a game for having 37,000 skylines. I mean, come on. Can't remember what gear we're using. Going with third. We're back before it was cool to hate on Gran Turismo's terrible sounds, because back in these days, everybody sounded like a vacuum cleaner. Then again, is it sad that Gran Turismo really hasn't improved in the sound department since 1997? Is it? Is it? That car looks so depressed. Although I must say that Fiat was definitely ahead of its time, because now every car seems to look like a frickin' catfish. Okay? I just don't understand it, but everything looks like a catfish. And I was going to say Jaguars especially, and that is definitely true. If you've ever seen one of the newer XKRs or whatever they are, my God, it's a frickin' fish with wheels. Granted, better looking than normal fish, but still a fish. It's got gills and a mouth that just goes... Like, seriously, I expect slobber to come out that mouth. Oh, we got the late 90s cars in this race that people aspire to own. Got the Ford Mustang, Cobra, Audi TT. Oh my God. Frickin' S15 Silvia? No way, man. All joking aside, the S15 is pretty cool. I think. I don't know. Never seen one. Never seen one. We live here in America, where we don't get cool cars, I guess. But it's a Cobra, man. True fact that has been said many times, and I'm definitely not the originator of this one. Although if you look at people who drive Ford Mustangs, they are either a hairstylist putting it nicely, or they're wearing a tap-out shirt. I guarantee you 95% of Mustang owners out there fit into one of those stereotypes. And if they don't, they're probably just denying it so that way they don't sound like what they are. Or what that sounds like they are. I mean, hey, if you like wearing tap-out shirts, that's good for you, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with that, I guess. Although if you wear a tap-out shirt while driving a Mustang, you're probably a poser tough guy, but hey, it's all cool. It's all cool, man. You don't need to get upset because this game has Daihatsus and the Vector. Yeah, the Vector. The one, the only. It's not just an automotive company, it's an aeromotive company. And total frame rate craziness, but nothing that wouldn't happen on a PlayStation 1, I tell you what. And yes, the pop-up was like this back in the day. It's really kind of silly. Of course, that could also have been because my PlayStation 1 had like 60,000 hours on it. Could be. These things are built like tanks, though. It's kind of funny to see how each generation of gaming console has gotten weaker and weaker and weaker as they've gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. To get an NES to work nowadays, you basically have to beat the living snot out of it for 20 minutes. More likely than not, you blow out the cartridge because everybody always said you don't blow out the cartridge when it in the back of the Nintendo Power magazine, but everybody did because it seemed to make things work all the time. Come on, I'm not the only one. You all know that. You basically beat on the console for 20 minutes and then the game finally will work. You know, that one time. Just don't move it anywhere because it'll stop working. But PlayStation 1, indestructible. It's like AK-47 or something. In Soviet Russia, game console never break because we all use PlayStation. Russian gaming, or something you don't hear about a lot. But then you got, you know, the PS2, which was also a tank, mind you. And now you got the PlayStation 3, the 360, man. The 360 legendary failure. I mean, I have a 360 myself, so I'm not just hating. But Red Ring of Death, like the failure rate through the roof. PlayStation 3, the yellow light of doom. Silly. You throw a PlayStation 1 out the third-story window, it will be perfectly fine because it's a PlayStation 1. So automatically indestructible. I think we qualify for the Historic Car Cup. I think. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, now the truth is I do somewhat have the prize cards like kind of memorized. Oh, what a grid. What a grid. I think we definitely qualify. This is definitely a classic car, definitely historic. It's got a rotary in it. One of the very few rotary powered cars, so definitely legit here. I mean, more legit than a frickin' Fiat 500. Just saying. Ooh, Stratos. Ooh. Can I have that car, please? And I totally lost my train of thought. I apologize. I totally apologize because I had something funny lined up to say, and I totally forgot about it. But anyways, a race with a Lancia Stratos and a Fiat 500. One of these things is not like the other one. One of these things just doesn't belong. I mean, really. I know someone's going to say, oh, you said Lancia rather than Lancia. How dare you? You just insulted all Lancia owners everywhere. I can smell it in the comment section. Smell it. Yeah, we We have already gotten ourselves a fast car, man. It does 125 miles an hour. Which just means that we won't have to buy anything before we can finally buy the Vector. And a lifetime supply of midgets. Vector plus midget equals bump drafting. Okay. That's going to be pretty cool to see. Vector bump drafting Daihatsu midget. That would be one of the greatest sights in the history of mankind. I'm serious. I am entirely serious. That's the funny thing. I'm sure someone's saying, "Oh, haha, yeah, that's a funny joke, you know." But no, it would be awesome. Really? You're gonna race with that car like that, bro? Oh, you shouldn't dab your brakes. You're so toast. Making a pit stop, dude? Rotary power! Funny thing is, we almost doubled our top speed compared to the Daihatsu Turbo Racer Extreme Extreme. And how was a Fiat 500 only 3 seconds slower than an RX7 from, what, 20 years later? 15 years later? How? How? The Fiat 500 has like 2 horsepower. And that's like if you're like 30 miles below sea level. We definitely have some cash though, man. We are up to 18G. It's nice. Oh, more mugging, huh? Huh? Really? 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 Del Sol, huh? Really? But it's a Pro 3. Okay, back to where we were. Ooh, competition gets a little stiffer. I don't feel like driving at Rome right now, honestly. And yeah, this is kind of how I go about things because why not? Don't feel like racing American battle turds. I do feel like beating up on people, though, at Autumn Ring, because I can. Because I care. They must be shown the greatness that is rotary power. Just imagine if every car sounded like the 787B, there would be no more war in this world. Just imagine if golf carts sounded like a quad rotor. Oh my god. Golf would be so epic. I'm not even joking. That'd be like amazing. Although just imagine you're like standing next to a guy as he pulls away. Yeah, goodbye hearing. Don't need you. It was worth it. Although at least you would know that the last sound that you heard was one of the best sounding engines in the history of mankind. Satisfaction. I mean, if you're going to wreck, make it spectacular. If you're going to go deaf, make it spectacular. You know, make it worth it. Man, these guys are feisty. In all seriousness, though, Gran Turismo 2 was probably one of the more difficult Gran Turismo games. Certainly nowhere near as cakewalkingly, boredomly easy as Gran Turismo 5 is, which I easily got all gold licenses with on a gamepad. Gamepad's usually pretty significantly slower. Even still in the day of modern analog controls and all that stuff, still no replacement for a steering wheel. It's just not as fun with a steering wheel, honestly. Because this is not a racing simulation, okay? If you think this game has realistic physics, if you think Gran Turismo 5 has super realistic physics, And don't get me wrong, they're somewhat enjoyable with the steering wheel, you know, just for kind of pick up and play fun, but they're not, you know, get a real sim. You will enjoy it a lot more, trust me. And people hear the word sim and they freak out, but the truth is, if you simulate something fun, it's going to be something fun. Okay? Why does Arma get really stressful and tedious and kind of drives you crazy? Because you're simulating something that really makes you go crazy. Shooting at people and being shot at doesn't tend to be as fun as doing what I'm about to do here. Backing into the corner. See? I mean, come on. This is definitely a lot better than being shot at. I've been shot at, but I don't imagine it to be a very fun and pleasurable experience. So, really, get a real racing sim. And enjoy Gran Turismo and Forza for what they are. Fun! Because it has Daihatsus. And fun tracks like this, which honestly, I do have this place for R Factor, and it's actually a pretty darn good track in R Factor, and it's a blast. That's another thing that really kind of grinds my gears about Gran Turismo. They've gotten away from the fun fictional circuits to crappy fictional circuits and a ton of real circuits that just aren't cool. Honestly. I don't need every single racetrack in the world. I want fun tracks such as Autumn Rain because they're fun.